Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. I don't think there's tons for us to actually go through. It's been quite a quiet day, but we do have a Nightbird folder that's got some really interesting stuff in it, and we do have non-Nightbird things to get our teeth into, so definitely worthy of an episode, but I don't know that it's going to be a long episode. But let's get straight into it. This is Nightbirds. Big shout out to Anthony for tagging me in this. This is Black Mass Design. Just look how great this is. I've been sent a lot of fan art today, and I think it's because of this. I think a lot of people have seen this, and it's really inspired them. This, look, fiends instead of friends, and you've got the black and the white, but just that little bit of color that's kind of dotted in there. I mean, everything about this is just quality. So, Black Mass Design, killing it as always. Really love this. And as I said, I think it inspired quite a few people today to kind of give their own fan art a bit of a go. Then we got this. So this is NS Mommy. Let's go full screen. And you can see this is Nikki Cross. Now, here you can see that she's got the white paint on her nails, which is obviously the same as the bride. And also, NS Mommy just pointing out something in the background. We can just have a look at that. So I think we're looking at this here. Is that, you know, what is that basically? For me, I think I tweeted out, it looks like a dog in a hoodie, right? To me, I actually think it's an air freshener. I think it's hanging off the mirror. So I think it's something that's like just dangling off the mirror. So I don't think that's anything, but well spotted in the background. But yeah, I do think it's interesting that she's got the white nail polish on, because that is obviously the same as the bride that we keep seeing, and she's got dark hair just like the bride. So at the moment, I think Nikki is my front runner for being the bride. I don't mind that we've been seeing the bride a lot. That doesn't really change my mind that it could be Nikki, because to be honest, I don't know if we've seen Nikki if she's not the bride. Where else do we think Nikki has popped up? Because other than the bride, I can't really think of anyone that struck me as being Nikki. So I'm still with Nikki being the bride. Obviously, people are looking into it going, but it feels like the bride has already been recruited. But this video series is all cut up, isn't it? We're kind of seeing bits that happen later, early, and then we're seeing like the notes being written later, and it's all kind of in a mixed up order. So it's all a little bit strange. So I think it's just really hard to tell. It could be Alexa, it could be Nikki, it could be the therapist. But if I had to go with someone, because of the hair color, because we know Nikki is the only woman that's definitely in this group, we know that Alexa is apparently joining in some fashion further down the road. I'm thinking that the bride is Nikki, but that's not concrete. That's just kind of where I am. So yeah, the fact she's got the same nail varnish now, nail polish now as the bride, definitely thought that was a talking point. So there we go. NS Mommy, shout out to you. I really like this from Brady. Brady said the Fiend was Bray Wyatt's secret. Is this Bo Dallas's secret? Which is a really interesting thought, because in order to get to this picture, you had to click on the word secret. So if you click on that, it gives you this. So I really like where Brady's coming from here. The Fiend was Bray Wyatt's secret. Is this Bo Dallas's secret? So I really like that. I thought that was a good thought. Look at this as well. Crimson said, I was playing Lies of P, and look what I found. So here in this game, you've got like the word liar written on the wall. You've got this character here that feels very... Look at the back of it. Look at this. I mean, if we can go full... Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. So that's the back. There's the front. And then on the wall, you've got the word liar. So, yeah, how crazy is that? Lies of P, very Uncle Howdy-esque. So, Crimson, shout out to you. Taming Pasta said, I'm a little late to the party. Always better to be late than bang on time. It's cooler. But I do have a theory. The person in the image is the same that we saw in the therapist's seat mirror. So what we're looking at here is you can just see a little bit of blonde hair there. Little bit of blonde hair on this who we're sure is Uncle Howdy. And then you can see that little bit of blonde hair there. I agree. I think that's Howdy. I think that's Howdy. I agree. I think it is the same. I mean, obviously, going off hair, it's very difficult, but we just don't have much to go off. I mean, I'm saying that I think Nikki is my front runner to be the bride, mainly because of the hair. That's all we've got. Here, look, we've got a little bit of blonde, It could be that Dexter Loomis has kind of got a new wig or something that's got a little bit of blonde hair in it. It could be that Joe Gacy has kind of dyed his hair. But I agree. I think it's probably more likely that that person is that person, which means that both of these would be Uncle Howdy. Kyle said, I've got two theories. First one, is the object behind Howdy in the most recent picture a TV monitor? I don't think so. I don't think that's a TV monitor behind him. I feel like that's, I keep saying, but I feel like he's looking down. The camera's looking up at him. And I feel like that's a roof. I feel like that's a roof. So I don't think it's a TV monitor that's behind him. But second part said, I'm wondering, is the reason why he went round Rob Fee's house to steal a mask? Is it possible that Bray gave Rob a special mask? And I thought that was interesting. Obviously, we're sort of scratching our head as to why he would go round Rob Fee's house, and we know it was Rob Fee's house. So why did he go round there? But, I mean, what I would say is I don't know if we're meant to know it's Rob Fee's house. I don't know if that's something that they want us to know, or do they want us to believe it's actually in kayfabe, in storyline, someone else's house, right? Are we meant to think that it's Rowan's house? Are we meant to think it's Loomis's house? I just don't know. So I think that's quite an interesting thought. Has he gone round Rob Fee's house to retrieve something that Bray may have left Rob? Rob, if you don't know, was the guy that was brought in to kind of help with White Rabbit and oversee Bray's return when Bray came back at the end of 2022. Rob, obviously still with the company, is now massively overseeing Nightbird. So it would make sense that Bray gave something to Rob, just something to chew over, right? I don't know how much stock we can put in that, but something to chew over. That got a good reception. I retweeted it and quote tweeted it, and a lot of people kind of mulling that one over. Really like this. Julian said, I've been watching the Bray documentary at least once a week just to see if I can find anything that's, and I stumbled across these masks. So these apparently a little more in the background. I mean, what I would say is Jason does a lot of work for bands. I think he's done stuff with Slipknot. He's done stuff with, you know, other musical groups. He does stuff with films. So there's going to be a lot of stuff there that's got absolutely nothing to do with WWE. But what I would say is that definitely looks like a Fiend mask. Definitely. Right? I don't really have much doubt that that's a Fiend mask, but it could just be that that was like a prototype for the Fiend mask. It could be that this is what we made in the process of getting to where we ended up, right? And it could be that this doesn't have anything to do with WWE. This is just a mask that is in Jason Baker's like studio, right? But they are interesting, right? They are interesting because that is clearly connected to WWE. This one, we don't know. But it could be. I mean, this could be like a mask that's going to be seen later, and they just kind of showed us where it was in its early stages in the documentary. It really wouldn't surprise me if when everything has debuted, we go back to the documentary and go, oh my God, look at that. It was right there all along. They showed us what this mask was going to look like, and it was right there, and we never knew. That would not surprise me in the slightest. If this turns into Rowan's mask or Dexter Loomis's mask or something like that, wouldn't be surprised. So thought that was a good find, but again, it's one of those that you just have to acknowledge and note and put to one side because we just don't know at this stage. Kelly said, I was looking at this picture by RS1 Banks, and you can see the person, probably Bo, is wearing a necklace, and he's got blonde hair. So that's true, the blonde hair being pointed out again. It seems like this green one really shows the blonde in the hair very well. But it is true, there is a little necklace here, which I've had a quick little look at, and I couldn't kind of match back. But yeah, maybe you need to go and have a look at old Howdy pictures and see if we can connect it that way. But there is a little necklace there, which I thought was a very good spot. So just wanted to present that to you. Talking of Nikki Cross, obviously we looked at one of her messages earlier. There was this collage just 2 hours ago. Ask me what I learned from all those years. Ask me what I earned from all those tears. So I look at this and, you know, it's a collage of her career. Is this her looking back at her career and the highs and the lows as she now gets ready to embark on this next chapter? Kind of interesting. I thought this was an interesting post for Nikki to put out as we're on the verge of what is going to be one of her biggest rebrandings. I mean, this really could unlock some big doors for her. This Wyatt 6 group is going to have a lot of eyes on it. It's going to have a lot of attention, both from the fans and from Triple H. Triple H is going to want this group to work, so no more sitting around in catering. I'd imagine the future looks very bright for Nikki Cross, so very reflective post here. Love this from Word of Wrestling. So talking about being inspired by that Crimson Detective picture that we've looked at, and again, just doing a great job. So many great bits of art coming through. I think people are starting to get a bit sad as this thing's coming to an end, because really we're going to be done in like 10 days. That's when we're expecting the group to arrive, less than that now. So I think people are sort of starting to look back and look at Nightbird, and you know, I think we're starting to get to that phase now where there's a little bit of acceptance sneaking in that this thing is sadly going to be coming to an end soon. But as we said, as one door closes, another door will open, and as soon as this group arrives, there'll be plenty to talk about. We need to talk about the feuds, who they should go after, what great matches they can have. We need to have a look at, obviously, their mannerisms. We need to have a look at their ring gear. We need to have a look at how they're interacting with each other. Like, as we said, one chapter will end, but another chapter will begin. Right, and then we've got this again, Word of Wrestling said, I just realized I posted this without any context. I think it makes a bit more sense now. Hopefully I wasn't randomly connecting Nightbirds to Wizard of Oz. So Nikki Glencross said, my favorite movie of all time. So it is interesting. I mean, I don't think this is anything to do with Nightbird, but you just don't know, do you? I mean, she said this is her favorite movie, and the clip that's been attached is of a door opening and then a colorful world being there. So at the moment we're in like sepia, and then she opens the door and she steps out into color. So, you know, we're talking about opening the door. We're talking about how we're currently in sepia and how we emerge into color. And just kind of interesting that now is the time for Nikki to say that this is one of her favorite films, as we're very much looking at opening doors and Bray being the color red in a world of black and white, you know? So kind of, it doesn't take a genius to see the connections. So, but yeah, could be innocent, could be nothing, could be something. Again, just something worth being aware of. And that was it for Nightbird. Not much. We didn't get anything today. No clues, no updates, lots of thoughts and theories. I think a good chunk of them we've kind of touched on previously. So I think we're at the point now where most people are just waiting. We're just waiting to see what Friday is going to bring. And don't forget as well, NXT on Sunday, there's maybe a chance that they do something there. That's a pretty big WWE show, and we have seen something during NXT previously. So I wonder if they'll take the opportunity to drop something into NXT Battlegrounds. It wouldn't surprise me, considering there's only a week to go. It really wouldn't surprise me. So something to think about. Right, let's have a little look at retro, shall we? Here's a clip. If we actually play it, take the sound down. This is Big Show stepping into the ring, right? Here he is wrestling. That's Jon Moxley and LA Knight. So this is from Fadeaway Media. It's from 2006. And look at this. It's a handicap match. Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, LA Knight battling away against Big Show. There's LA Knight, look, getting up to his feet. He gets caught. Boom. Planted. And there we go. So how crazy is that? A handicap match. I never knew this match had happened. A handicap match. These guys were just jobbers back in 2006. They were just enhancement talent. They were just people we brought in to put like the big names over. So we brought them in to put Big Show over, and he absolutely destroyed them both. So 2006 was not a great year for them. So love that. PERV folder as well. I don't know if I've ever been sent an image more than I've been sent this image for the PERV folder. I mean, this image, I must have been sent it like 20, 30 times. So Dave, shout out to you, my friend. You was the one that I saw first. So I put it in, but loads of people sent this over. I mean, I have to reiterate, we're not just putting in pictures for the sake of putting in pictures. To be honest with you, I would say, oh, I like her denim jacket, blah, 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 right? But the truth is, I just got sent this so many times. I think there might have been a riot if I didn't put this in this video. I think there might have been a massive fallout. There might have been a civil war in the community if I did not include this picture, right? So just I've been peer pressured into including this. That's where we are now. I'm being bullied into actually putting pictures into this video. So there you go, you pervs, right? Are you happy now? There's your picture, right? So there we go. We've done PERV, we've done retro. Let's have a look at NXT, shall we? I included this. So here's Noam Dar saying, dump that trick. Dump that trick. Dump that trick. Dump that trick. I like it. Dump that trick. So there we go. Lash saying that they just can't carry on. This can't carry on. And Supernova, Noam Dar absolutely loving that development. Dump that trick. Right, here's WWE. So, according to WrestleOps, Pentagon Jr.'s contract with AEW is scheduled to expire between August and September, and there is interest from WWE to bring him in. So, there we go. I don't know how people are going to feel on that, but there we go. Oh, there was more. I don't know why I clicked off it. Here, look, WWE UK, you don't want to miss the free open to the public Clash at the Castle kickoff in Glasgow, Friday, June 14th. So before SmackDown, they're going to do a Clash at the Castle kickoff. We will be live covering that. Of course we will. So we will be doing the watch long for this. We'll be doing the watch long for the SmackDown afterwards. Obviously, we're doing Clash at the Castle as well. We'll be covering that. So yeah, we're all over this. All over this. But if you're in the area, just be aware that you can go to WWE.com and find out more information about attending this free open to the public kickoff event. And here's WrestleVotes saying, I'm told WWE has considered altering its creative plans for Bron Breakker. The second-generation superstar has impressed many higher-ups in his short stint on Raw. A source states that Breakker is slated to be a major focus as we head into the Netflix era. So they're talking about his age, his speed, his look. Everything about him has really caught their eye, and they're really looking to make him a big name, big star as we head into 2025. Right, I think we've only got 2 folders left to go here, and not even much in them. So, I got tagged in this loads as well. Here's Crimson. Crimson, I saw this. Mom, I want this QR code. No, we've got a QR code at home. Here's the QR code at home. The AEW Follow the Money QR codes. So lots of people joking about this, how AEW are now doing their own QR codes, saying that it's just a bit of a rip-off of Nightbird. I think it's different enough. I mean, they're not trying to do like a mystery and solving and all that kind of stuff. This is something to do with like competition and giveaways and whatever, but timing-wise, they probably could have waited for Nightbird to have ended first, but I thought this was a really, really fun meme. Really, really good. Right, Harry Van Vliet, shout out to you, my friends. If we flip over, this is pretty fun. So here we've got, let's hit play. Here, look, this is from WWE. So there's Samantha Irvin. Look at Bron Breakker. Oh, are you watching? Look, she's not pleased, man. She is not pleased. Boom! Over the other side, Bron Breakker. Look at that smile. Making sure he looks over at Samantha Irvin. Ooh. I love how she is no selling this, man. Look at that. Lovely work. Lovely work. Because, I mean, I don't know if she even knows there's a camera that's recording her reaction at the moment, but listen, kayfabe's alive and well. So, very good. Very good. So, love that. And then if we come off this bit here, Sinan, shout out to you, thank you. So Abby just posting this. So there's Ray with that lady, right, in the front row. This is from Raw, and here's Dominic calling them a couple of old hags. WWE said that Ray has got fans of all ages. Dominic Mysterio responded that they're a couple of old hags. Oh, it's good, innit? It's good, innit? I'm surprised that Liv didn't like this comment, to be honest. Maybe she did. How did it get 619 likes? How did that manage to get 619 exactly? How's that happened? Strange. Strange. Right, so that was fun. We've got one more, and it's other. Oh, a few bits in here. Oh, right. Miss Clown, shout out to you. Tagging me in this from Wrestling News. So Cyndi Lauper spoke on Jimmy Kimmel about how proud she was about her time in wrestling, right? So she should be in the Hall of Fame, man. I feel like you haven't gotten as much credit as you deserve for as incredible as your voice is because of the hair and the jewelry and the wrestling and that stuff. I remember you attacking Captain Lou Albano and Rowdy Roddy Piper. Cyndi Lauper said, yes, I was a wrestling manager for a while with Wendy Richter and the Fabulous Moolah. So there she is, talking about her days in the WWF, and I have no idea why she's not in the Hall of Fame. She is so important to the history of WWE. When WWE was launching WrestleMania 1, they needed star power. They needed to bring in people that could just bring in the casual fans. So they went and they got Muhammad Ali. They went and they got Liberace. They went and they got some baseball dudes. And they went and they got Cyndi Lauper, and she was a big part of that rock and wrestling connection, which was so important for WrestleMania 1. Her contribution, she may not have been around very long, and she may have been, you know, a celebrity, but that's why the celebrity wing is there. If there's, you could argue if there's any celebrity that deserves to go in, it's her. right? And she's not in, so it is a disgrace. She absolutely should go in, and hopefully now that Vince isn't around, we can rectify that. Oh, love this. Here's Benjamin. He said, of course I had to quote Cody Rhodes during my graduation speech before I see him this Friday at SmackDown. I think this is amazing. I did quote tweet this out, but I wanted to play it for you guys as well. It's about 50 odd seconds. Oh no, 30 seconds. Not even that long. So here's Benjamin.
In life, the easy thing to do is usually not the best thing to do. Doing difficult things is the only way to push the limits of what you can achieve. Challenging oneself may seem grueling, and it may make life difficult, but that's an important part of the journey. The undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes once said, I believe in hard work, but I believe in vindication as well. You have a few nightmares, I imagine, before you reach your dream. As we all move on into the next stages of our lives, I hope that each one of my fellow graduates will not look to avoid the hard things in life, but instead look to improve themselves by seeking them out. While it may seem like in life...
How amazing is it? I could have kept listening there, you know. I could have kept listening. Absolutely brilliant work. Brilliant work. So a big thank you to Benjamin for tagging me in that so that I was able to show this. Imagine that, graduating and taking a moment of your speech to be able to talk about Cody and actually share a few wise words. So wishing Benjamin nothing but the best as he moves forward to this obviously very important next stage in his life. Right, here we got Byron Saxton. He said, in honor of the 80th anniversary of that fateful day where nearly 160,000 Allied forces changed the course of history, here's a few shots from my visit to the World War II Museum. So obviously D-Day being remembered. Lots of ceremonies and remembrance here in the UK and around the world. And I thought this was classy, man. This was real classy. It looks a great, very interesting, very educational museum to go to, actually. If ever I was in the area, I'd definitely go by. I think it looks, you know, it's important to never forget. And I think this looks like a really interactive, really different kind of experience as well. So it looks, if you're in the area, wherever this is, World War II Museum, goods. I thought it was going to tell me here where it is, but, you know, if you're ever in the area, pop in. Right, here's Bull Nakano, right? So shout out to Dark. So here, Bull Nakano today with Sports Illustrated said the wrestler she holds closest to her heart is Macho Man. He was always extremely kind to her and would make her laugh with his hand gestures when she couldn't understand English. She wishes that she could thank him. How amazing is that, Macho Man? So she used to come over. I mean, she came over in the 80s at times, but she would come over like 94, I think it was, that she was also around. But I would imagine she probably spent or saw more of him. I don't know, maybe 94, but definitely in the 80s when she came and did a tour with like house shows and whatever. So yeah, that's cool. Just a cool little insight there. Oh, I love this. Mark Henry with a funny story. This is on the Chris Van Vliet interview, right? So I told her, Jade, won't you go see Rip Rogers? Because Rip Rogers is the litmus test. The mentality of wrestling is you have to eat shiz and like it. You've got to take verbal abuse, browbeating, and you've got to persevere. When it gets too tough, you've got to be like, hell with that. Give me some more. That's the wrestling mentality. I didn't think she had that in her. So apparently she went, right? And Rip called up Mark Henry and said, Mark, I don't know where you got this one, but I bent over her back and I hit her as hard as you could hit a human. And she said, that's all you've got, old man. I knew she had it then. So apparently she went and saw Rip Rogers. Rip Rogers, old school, didn't hold back. Said he hit her as hard as a human could hit. And she just looked at him and went, is that all you've got, old man? Oh, it's a good story, that, isn't it? It's a good story. Newfound level of respect for Jade Cargill. Right, I don't get this. I've included this. This is not here to hate on Dave Meltzer. I know that that's fun for people to do, right? It's not why I've included it. I just think that this is quite a big accusation, and it sort of doesn't make sense as well. So let's walk through it. So Dave Meltzer has stated that WWE purposefully supplied incorrect Fast National viewership numbers to the media for the June 1st edition of Collision. That seems crazy, right? That WWE have said to the media, have you seen what AEW did with Collision? 100 and whatever it was, 166,000, right? And there were accounts that were reporting that number. That number was not true. Turned out it was like, I don't know, 300 and something, right? But there was, when these early viewership numbers came out, there were people reporting that it was like 100 and some odd thousand. Well, now Dave's saying that that came from WWE, that they put out incorrect information to make AEW look bad, right? So this was a number that was supplied by WWE. And for those of you who feel like WWE isn't concerned with AEW, or it's just a one-sided thing, AEW is in a war with WWE, and you know it's a pro wrestling war, okay? These pro wrestling wars are insidious. They are brutal, okay? They're both in a public relations war, so a PR war. One side, obviously, is far more effective as far as getting news out there and controlling the media. A lot of the media. So I'm thinking he's talking about WWE here, because they're afraid of not having access or whatever they're afraid of. WWE, obviously, whenever AEW has a badly rated show, WWE makes sure the Fast Nationals get out. I don't understand that. Because don't the Fast Nationals just get published? Why are people going to WWE to get information on ratings for non-WWE shows? That doesn't add up to me. I feel like there's something I'm missing here, right? But why are WWE leaking out information? And why would anyone trust them if they keep posting fake stuff? Like, surely no one's going to go to WWE now for any information that's to do with AEW, because WWE have lied this time if that's what's happened. So this is what I'm saying. I don't quite understand this. Now, in this case, I don't look. See, this is the bit that doesn't make sense. Now, in this case, I don't know how that number got out, because that was not the Fast Nationals number for Collision. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this even mean? We started this argument by saying Dave Meltzer has stated that WWE have supplied incorrect Fast National viewership. And then we go down, and here it says, I don't know how that number got out, because that was not the Fast Nationals number. Again, the Fast Nationals are not exactly, but they're not far off. I mean, I just don't know. Dave Mentia at it again, says Gareth. Yeah, Revolution said attempting to listen to and comprehend anything Dave Meltzer is rambling about on a daily basis is torturous. Huh? Dave, I don't understand. He's lost the plot. Again, I know this isn't an attack of Dave, because I think Dave is one of the most knowledgeable wrestling historians really in the world of wrestling that's out there, full stop. He has forgotten more about wrestling than a lot of us will ever even know about wrestling, right? So I listen to him when it comes to him talking about the past, him talking about old shows. Like, if he does an obituary on someone, amazing, right? He's writing on wrestlers and their impact on the business. Amazing, right? So this isn't meant to be a knock, but I don't understand what this is. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what this is. This was from Wrestling Observer Radio, right? I am going to try and dig it out and just listen to the full thing, because perhaps the extra context that's needed has just not been added here, but this just does not add up, does it? Doesn't add up. So, yeah, I think a lot of us are kind of scratching our heads at that one. Right, here's Vince McMahon is apparently not allowed in his own headquarters. He can't even visit the gym that he designed. God, it's just bad, isn't it? It's just really bad. Here's an interesting one, look. So, All Elite Wrestling tweeted out Lone Wolf. Check out this new MJF shirt, right? Fair play to MJF, because he came back and went, it's the Wolf of Wrestling. Lone Wolf is taken, and he tagged Baron Corbin. So MJF kind of doing a solid there, going, no. It's not that. It's just the Wolf of Wrestling. Lone Wolf has been taken. So, but you'd think AEW's account would know that, wouldn't you? You'd think they'd be aware, the people tweeting this out, that that's not what this is. But fair play to MJF for kind of bringing some clarity to that. Yeah, this was kind of fun. So, Wrestling World CC pointing out that Jimmy Uso had to speak to his daughter during his WrestleMania 40 match because she was on her phone. Get off your damn phone. Watch Daddy. That's what Jimmy Uso had to say to his daughter, who was at ringside. I mean, I can't say I blame her. It was an awful match. Here's Dark again. So, R-Truth was asked on TikTok what's one confession he has. And this was his response. He said, I guess I'm mad at myself when I think about where I am and where I wanted to be in my career. Surprising answer. I mean, he was the former world champion, NWA champion, and he probably did see himself going on to be, you know, a serious multiple-time WWE champion in loads of main events, and that's clearly not where it's gone, but he is loved, and he has made such an impact. People love R-Truth. He is so over. I don't think that you can look at that career and be down on it. It might not have been the career you envisaged, but, oh man, there's like a billion ways it could have gone wrong. A billion. And to be in the situation that he's in, I'm sure he feels blessed. But that is, you know, I'm mad at myself when I think about where I am and where I wanted to be. A surprising answer, that, isn't it? Really surprising. A couple more. We've got this one. So, not sure what's going on, said Francis Gameplays. So, this is from Hogan. He says, hello, family. Appreciate your love and support always. Please do not take notice of any posts that are posted today. They are not from me, and they will be removed. That's because he got hacked. Apparently Hogan got hacked as well. There is an issue with the IWC. Wrestlers, I think even certain IWC accounts are being hacked. So just be aware of that. Be very careful. I think we reported about Brooks Jensen yesterday. Seemingly Hogan today. And this is the last one. I wanted to make sure that we mention this. So here's Tyler. He said, guys, I'm not super open about my personal life, but recently things have got a little tough to do on my own. If you can't donate, then please share this. It goes a long way. Love y'all. And then there's a GoFundMe link. Dijak said, yo, this is a huge fan of mine, and he asked for our help. Tyler's girlfriend was recently diagnosed with epilepsy, and they are in and out of hospital. Even $5 or a retweet can go a long way. Screenshot your donation, and I'll send you a free 30-second cameo video saying whatever you want. How incredible is that from Dijak? How amazing is that? So screenshot your donation to Dijak. He'll then send you a 30-second cameo video. It might not be enough hours in the day, like, because this has been viewed 22,000 times. So that is just, I mean, that is generosity on a level that you just don't normally see. It's just absolutely incredible. So wanted to make you aware of that. Plus also, again, if you want to donate, that is not a bad, considering like you might donate and just get, you know, that feeling of achieving something, right? Which is a lovely feeling. But it's way better to get a 30-second cameo in it. So I mean, that feeling of achieving something and being a good person, that's great, but a 30-second cameo is way better. Way better. So bear that in mind. And that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate the support as always. We will be back with hopefully another Unseen tomorrow, but I'm not sure because obviously we are expecting Nightbird to drop another QR code on SmackDown. But we're doing the SmackDown live stream. There will be a video, maybe Nightbird, maybe Unseen. We will be obviously around on Sunday for the NXT live stream. So much going down. Thank you so much for the support. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.